All right, welcome on in, everyone. My name is Coach Christian. With me today, Coach Heather as well, and we have a really good workout for you guys today. We are going to do some build-up circuits where we go through 6 exercises and we build up the rep count. We're going to get warmed up first, and we're going to get right into that, and I'll tell you a little bit more about our circuit as we go today. So, what you need, a set of weights. Hopefully you have that laying around. If you don't, we'll make it work without weights as well, but let's get warmed up. Let's start out with a Spider-Man with rotation. If you've taken our Coach Care Connect workouts before, you know this one. High plank to start, walk that 1 foot out outside the hand, and then open up that chest, reach up towards the sky on this one, opening the shoulders, and following the hand with the eyes here as well. So perfect. Now, our circuit today is going to be at your own pace, also 5 reps on each side here, so when you hit your 5, switch it out to the other side. It's going to be at your own pace, and it's going to be 20 minutes of work. So we're going to go through those 6 exercises. We're going to tell you all about it as we work at your own pace for 20 minutes, trying to get through as many as you can at a good pace that doesn't sacrifice quality. Perfect. When you're done with those, we are going to go into a quad Superman tuck, and I want you to remember this one today. Make a little mental note because these are going to come into play later as well. Opposite arm, opposite leg extends. We squeeze for a second before you bring in that elbow into the knee. So again, right hand, left leg extends, straight line across the back, engaging the core. Think about squeezing it. Think about you're about to get punched in the stomach, right? That's how much squeeze we want in your core. So if I were to come up to you and just like give you one of those right in the stomach, squeeze it. That's where we're looking, that feeling right there. Perfect. When you are done with your 5 Superman tucks on each side, we are going to bring it up to the feet for some squats next. Plain old squats. We've done these before, right? Feet are about shoulder width apart. Stick the hips back. Drive the knees out, keeping the chest nice and tall. It is 15 reps here, so knock those out whenever you're ready here. And again, start that movement by pushing the hips back. Keep the weight in the heels. Keep that chest nice and tall. We're going to have some elevator squats that we do today that involve some double contraction. So got to keep that form good as we go through the entire range of motion. Now again, 15 reps there, and then stay on your feet when you're done. We got some Z hops. Perfect. So feet together for this one. For the Z hops, we're going to hop in a Z. It's going to be 20 total hops. So make a little Z with the feet and hopping around here for 20 total hops. This one designed to get that heart rate elevated just a little bit and get you ready to work in our big, long circuit. We'll get that all demoed coming up right after this, so hit your hops. And then if you guys are still finishing up your warm-up here as we demo, that is perfectly fine, but we are going to get into the demo here to start. So let's talk about rep count to start. We're going to start with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 20, and we're going to stick with that rep count for the entire round. So it's going to be 2 reps of our first exercise, 4 reps of our second, 6, and so on. Now, first exercise of the day is going to be a half get up. So if you've done a Turkish get up before, you're absolutely welcome to do those if you want to, but the half get up is what we are going to focus on today. And it's just the bottom half of that Turkish get up. So Heather's going to hold one weight in her hand. She's got it in her left hand, which means her left knee is going to be bent. Her right hand is going to be out at the 45-degree angle to her side, and we're going to do the bottom half of that get up. So what she's going to do is press that dumbbell straight up to the sky and transfer her weight over to the elbow, and then we press up to the palm. Boom, that's a really good position. You come down the same way that you came up. So down to the elbow, back down to the back. It is going to be 2 reps on each side here. So it's going to be 4 total reps, but 2 reps on each side for the first exercise in our circuit. After that, we're going to bring it up to the feet. We have some overhead reverse lunges. So we're going to press up overhead, find a nice easy weight that you can hold above the head, bicep by the ear, and then be in that stable position. We're going to lunge backwards, keeping that chest nice and tall and keeping that weight right over our center of gravity. It's going to be 4 on each side there. 4 on each side for 8 total reps. If your weight isn't working or if you have too heavy of a weight or something, we can always get rid of the weight and do just some regular reverse lunges. So 4 on each side there. After that, bird dog planks. So we did the quad Superman tuck, pretty similar to this one, except we're in the high plank position. So this is kind of like a more challenging version of it. Opposite arm, opposite leg extends. We hold for a second and bring it right back down. It's going to be 6 on each side here. So 6 reps on each side. If you need to take it back to the quad Superman tuck and go down to the knees, that's perfectly fine. We're right there for the 6 reps on each side. But give it a try in the high plank position and then adjust as needed. Coming up after that, our 4th exercise is going to be 8 elevator squats. Goblet position with our weight, and we're going to go all the way down, halfway up, all the way down, all the way up. That's 1 rep. So it's a lot of time under tension. It's double contraction. You're going down, contracting again to stand up. So every rep is kind of like 1.5 reps basically, and then stand up to the top. So it's going to be 8 reps there. When you're done with that one, we go into our bent over position for a bent over row. 2 dumbbells if you got them. If you only got one, you could do single-sided as well. And then we're pulling those dumbbells in and keeping the elbows tight on that one. So it's 10 total reps there, keeping that back nice and flat, getting that good bent over position, where you got a little tension in the hamstrings there as well. So boom, there's exercise number 5. Last one to finish off each round is going to be 20 jump ropes. And you don't even need a jump rope. You just got to pretend like you have a jump rope. It's 20 jumps there. So right there, boom. If you're not jumping today, it's just that same movement, but stay on the ground. Stay up on those toes and don't leave the ground. That is perfectly fine in that movement there. So boom. Those are our 6 exercises. We're going to stick with that. It's 20 minutes of work at your own pace. So we're going to start out at a nice little pace. If you want to stay with us, that is perfectly fine. If you want to go at your own pace, faster or slower, that is perfectly fine as well. What I need you to do, though, is get ready because you got about 20 seconds, and we're going to get started with this one. All right, guys, so we are going to get started here. Grab your weights, get ready for those half get-ups, and we're going to get started in about just over 10 seconds. I'm going to get the clock started, and we got 20 minutes of work going as hard as you need to go. Find a good pace. Let's do it in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. So half get-ups to start. Again, transfer the weight to the elbow, pushing up to the palm, back down to the elbow, and back down to your back. There's 1 rep. We got 2 on each side. Take this one nice and slow and get some really, really good reps done. Perfect. When you get your 2, we switch the arms. Make sure we switch the legs there as well. So elbow, palm, back down to the elbow, back down to the palm. Good. All right. The good news is we are 30 seconds in, so you only have 19.5 minutes of work left today. When you're done with your 2 on each side there, we're going to go into an overhead reverse lunge. So start with that front rack position. We press up overhead, and then the lunges. Perfect. Look at that. Getting deep into it. 90 and 90 in both knees. Got a little bit of a vertical shin angle in the front. Looking solid. When you hit your 4 on one side, we go right over to the other. Again, switch those legs. Perfect. Switch the arms. Now, if you're holding that dumbbell in your right hand, your right leg is going back on this one as well. So make sure we're kicking that right one back. Boom. When you're done with 4 on each side there, we are into the bird dog plank for 6. Perfect. So now, the nice thing about the at your own pace is you are at your own pace. So if you need to go a little bit quicker to get to your goals today, that is perfectly fine. If you need to slow it down a little bit, also perfectly fine. Now, in our bird dog planks, a couple different ways that you can do these. If you want to knock out 6 on one side, that is perfectly fine. I would recommend you alternate like Heather is doing right here. Or if you need to take it down to the knees, same thing. Just really focus on that extension, focus on the core, squeezing it, and keeping everything as tight as you can for your 6 reps on each side. Perfect. When you're done with the bird dog planks, we're into the elevator squats. Again, all the way down, halfway up. All the way down, all the way up. That's 1 rep. 2 minutes in. 2 minutes in. You guys are crushing this already. Really good. Really good. Good. Keeping that chest tall, too. As we're in this position for even longer with something like an elevator squat where you have just a lot of time under tension here, our tendency is to lean forward a little bit, right? The core is working hard to keep that chest nice and tall. So as you're doing these, it's a lot of time to hold that weight. Keep that focus on the chest. Keep the focus on the hips being pushed back and the weight in the heels. Very good, very good. If you are done with your elevator squats, it's bent over rows next, and then finishing up with your 20 jump ropes. So again, we're at our own pace. If you're ahead of us, that is perfectly fine. If you're behind us, that is perfectly fine. Find a good pace and let's work. Good. Now, what I like to do in my bent over position, especially when I'm using 2 dumbbells, I like to have my feet pretty close together. That keeps my knees out of the way a little bit. It helps me get into that good position, and it helps me keep my elbows in tight to my sides there. So bent over rows, you got 10 of them there. When you're done with those, toss those dumbbells off to the side, and it's 20 jump ropes. This one designed to get the heart rate up a little bit, right? Get the sweat going, get the heart pumping, the blood pumping. There we go, 20 total reps. And then when you're done with that, we're right back to the start. It's right back to the half get-ups. You're trying to get through a few rounds today. So right back to the 2 half get-ups on each side, 4 reverse lunges on each side, overhead as well. 6 bird dog planks on each side, 8 elevator squats, 10 bent over rows, and 20 jump lunges. Now, taking breaks as needed today. If you got to take a break in between each exercise, awesome. Do that. Find what works for you. If you need to take a break after each round, perfect. Do that. That's what works for you. So again, we want to encourage you, meet you where you're at today, and get a little closer to our goals with every single rep. Quality over quantity today. 2 on each side here. As you switch the hands, make sure to switch the legs as well. On this one, if you want to get rid of the weight and do body weight, you absolutely can do that as well. The weight, I would say a little easier option there than getting rid of the weight right away is using a little bit of momentum from the weight. So you can swing it forward just a little bit, and that'll help you get to that nice proud chest position. Good. Heather's into the reverse lunges, going overhead here, keeping that nice proud chest. She's got her core really tight to keep that vertical torso. Perfect. Good. Now, we're working hard, right? You guys are down to about 5 minutes in already, so just over 15 minutes to go. You guys are working hard, setting a good pace here, setting a good tone for the rest of this workout. It's 6 moves, back and forth. We're going to build up the rep count to the jump ropes, and then we're going to come back down to the half get-ups. So find that pace, and we are working. Heather's into the bird dog planks again. There we go. Now, if you really want to take the bird dog planks to the next level, try to hit a pause as you hold. Now, it's going to be challenging. The core is really, really challenged on this one. It is one of the most challenging movements, so if you got to hit a couple reps and then drop it down to the hands and knees, or if you hit a couple reps last round, it wasn't your thing, and you want to just go from the knees this round, that's awesome. Find what works for you. Very good, very good. Good. Keep those hips stable. Keep the core tight. 6 on each side. It's a lot. Towards the end, you start to really feel that core, especially if you're up in that high plank position. Right, Heather? Good. After that, we are into the elevator squats, weight in the heels, double contraction reps. Boom. Knocking them out. Good, good, good. Now, wherever you're working out today, whether you're at home, you're in a gym, you're at your home gym, whether you're outside in your garage, the work doesn't change, right? And that's the beauty of these workouts is no matter where you are hitting them, in a hotel, across the country, wherever you're at, the work doesn't change. The only thing that changes is where you're at. Goals don't change. Maybe the weight you're using changes a little bit, I guess, depending on where you're at. Sometimes we're at home. We don't have access to all the weights in the world. Sometimes your hotel doesn't have a great gym or wherever you're traveling to. But we make it work, right? We still are intentional about our movement every day. Heather's into our bent over rows here. She's got 10 reps. Again, elbows in tight. Keep that back nice and flat. She's in a really good bent over position. The farther we bend over on that one, the more you put pressure on the back. You kind of really target the back there. Love it, love it. Pinch those shoulder blades together as you drive back. Again, it's like they got that little egg right in between your shoulder blades that you're trying to pop with every single rep there. When you're done with your 10 bent over rows, we are into the jump ropes again, and we have 13 minutes to go, so we are creeping up on our halfway point here. Now, you might get through 3 rounds today, you might get through 6 rounds today. That's okay. Whichever one it is, just keep on rocking with it. Keep on working. Ooh-wee. Heather's done with 2 rounds already. Grabbing that drink right back into the half get-ups. Working hard, working hard. And again, if you get into those half get-ups and the weight isn't working for you, again, you can get rid of the weight. You can go into the full get-up if you want. Again, if you haven't done the full get-ups before and you don't know how to do them, just not today maybe, go ask your coach at a local anytime. They can coach you through it. Very good, very good. Hit your 2. Lead with that chest all the way up. I love it. I love it. Heather does a really good job of keeping your eyes on that dumbbell as well, keeping it right over your center of gravity, keeping that arm locked out above the head as well. That move will definitely challenge you. Perfect. Overhead reverse lunge. There it is. There it is. Good. Again, every time you do these, focus on that torso, focus on the chest. If you feel the low back on this one, say you have a nice proud chest, but you're like, man, really putting a lot of pressure on my low back, think about trying to tuck your tail in between your legs. And I know that's weird. You might not get it because you don't have a tail, but imagine like you did right off your tailbone and you're trying to tuck it between your legs, because that's going to actually tilt your pelvis forward a little bit. It's going to put your lower back in a better position and prevent some injuries in the long run. A lot of times we put ourselves in those positions and it's not something that's going to hurt us right in the moment, but it's going to hurt us over time. We're going to keep putting ourselves in those positions. You're going to start to create imbalances in your body. So that's why we need to make sure we're moving the right ways in all of our movements and encouraging that correct form to make sure that we are safe and moving the right way. Good. Really good job, Heather. Again, every round we do these bird dog planks, they get a million times harder, and that is okay. Take your time, really focus on the core. This is a core movement that's really, really good for stability. This core stability is working so hard here. You also are coming up on the halfway point in our circuit today. We got just over 10 minutes, about 10 and a half minutes to go here. So check it in with yourself, make sure you're doing good, and then going back to it when you're ready. There we go. Elevator squats. Heather's knocking it out today. Good, good. Good. This is kind of a build style workout today, so it's some great opportunities to go heavy with your weights. Taking your time. Now, if you are going really heavy, I would recommend taking a little bit longer in between your exercises. Take it a second, maybe 15, 20 seconds, and grabbing a little break, especially on something like the elevator squats or the overhead reverse lunge, when you're really putting a lot of pressure on the central nervous system. You're putting a lot of pressure on the body there. Take a second, regroup, and then get into those bird dog planks for the bent over rows, because that's going to increase your quality of the reps coming up. So always thinking about the future, always thinking about the now. We did cross the 10-minute mark, so you were over halfway. Good. Bent over, nice flat back. Pull those dumbbells in tight to the chest. There we go, there we go. And there's that soft bend in the knees. We're looking for that tension in the hamstrings. Good, good. Pulling, cracking the egg in between the shoulder blades, working each rep. There we go. Now, I would recommend after each circuit as well, after your 20 jump ropes each round, take a 30-second break. It is okay. 20 minutes is a lot of time to go through one circuit, so take some time, recover quick, and then get right back into it. I can't even tell you don't have a jump rope. That looks good. That's how it should be, though. You should be jump roping like you got a jump rope right in your hand. Good. So 9 minutes to go. 9 minutes, and we are still rocking it, team. Heather's through 3 rounds, so check in with yourself. Are you through 2, 3 rounds? That's probably right where we want to be. If you're through 4, that is okay. Keep on rocking it. But we are working hard today. Heather's back into the half get-ups. Good, so lead with that chest to the elbow, to the hand, coming back down that same way you came up again. Very good, very good. All right. So no matter where you are in the workout, again, always want to check in with yourself. We're going to say that a few different times today. As we're coaching you up, we always want to make sure you're safe. We're obviously trying to push it a little bit, but at the same time, doing that in safe ways. Perfect. When you're done with those half get-ups, we are into the overhead reverse lunge. Good. Now, the overhead reverse lunges, again, if you have any shoulder issues, you can keep it in that front rack position. You can get rid of the weight. You can keep it at your side. But find a way to challenge yourself. 8 minutes. 8 minutes to go. And then we'll recover. We'll foam roll a little bit. We'll get you guys out of here. So that end, it's coming. It's coming. This middle part of the workout, this is probably the most challenging part. It gets a little bit long. It gets a little bit repetitive. And that's okay. There's a lot of workouts like this that towards the middle, you're like, man, want to do something else, but that's all right. We put this together today to put you in these right positions to get you a full body workout that really challenges you in so many different ways. And we build up the rep count to make it a little bit more interesting and fun, right? Fun is an interesting word as a trainer. Fun for us might not mean the same to you. There we go. There we go. So again, the bird dog planks looking really good, holding it, squeezing. When you get to those, you can take them from the high plank, not the low plank, from the knees, from the toes, whatever works. That core, it's going to really start to burn here. As we get deep into this workout, the core really gets turned on. So bird dogs are something that you might not feel them if you do 1, 2 sets, right? You kind of get into that point where it's like, yeah, these, I can feel them a little bit, but they're not super challenging. And then you do a lot of them and you're like, man, I didn't even know I had muscles in this part of my core. That's one of the fun things about some of those bird dog planks. Good. Heather's still knocking out the elevator squats here as well. Make sure we get that full half rep in there. So that halfway up, right back down. The lower you can go in that one, the better. So find your end range of motion. We're trying to strengthen the muscles around the knee as we squat. That makes us more stable as we walk, as we get up in the morning, out of a chair, out of bed. Whatever you are doing in your life, squatting almost always helps it. Good, good. All right, bent over position, and we are rowing. Now, a little interesting statistic for you. We actually find that quality of life actually goes exponentially up with lower body strength as you age. So the stronger your lower body is, the more you can move around, and that's why we kind of see that correlation. So you want to live long, happy lives, make sure the lower body is feeling good. Good. So jump ropes to finish off your 4th round already. Heather's cruising through these today. We got just over 5 minutes to go, team. Think about that. That is about maybe 1.5, 2 rounds left today, and that's our work. That's all we got. So when you're done with that round, wherever you're at, take a break as needed, grab some water, towel off if you got to, and then get right back to work. But we got just over 5 minutes to keep on working here. Good. There it is, all the way up to the hand. Again, slowly come back down. Challenge yourself on the get-ups by coming down even slower. On the overhead reverse lunges, challenge you with that good form. On the bird dog planks, if you want the challenge, stay up in that high plank position and don't go down to all fours. In the elevator squats, we can go even slower down the elevator. That'll give you even more time under tension in an already time under tension heavy move. And then in our bent over rows, if you want to make those a little bit harder now, get a little hold at the top. Get a little squeeze there before you come back down. But think, every time you get a rep done, every time you get an exercise done, that could be the last time you do that exercise today. So that end is in sight. You got just under 4.5 minutes to go. We're in that last quarter, right? The 4th quarter now. This is where we push it. This is where we step that game up a little bit, and we finish, So you got just over 4 minutes, just over it. Really good, really good. Now, if you take another Coach Care Connect workouts, you've heard me say this before as well, your first reps and your last reps should look very, very similar. If anything, they should look better at the end than they do at the beginning. And it's not because you're tired, it's not because anything like that, it's because you've done the movement. The muscle memory kind of comes into play then. It gives you a little bit, it makes the movement just a little bit easier. It makes it just more natural to do. Perfect, Heather, perfect. Good holding, squeezing, under control. If you're doing these bird dog planks and you're just like flying up and back down quick and it's kind of like a violent, quick movement, that's not what we want. We want that nice, slow, methodical movement to show that you're under control. If you needed to hold that position at the end, you could. We got just over 3 minutes to go. Getting down to it. This circuit, especially towards the end, it gets tough. We've done these moves a bunch of times. It's a lot of time under tension. The weight is heavy. You can have all sorts of excuses to talk yourself out of it, or you can take these next 3 minutes today and you can make them your own. You can make them work for you, make the rest of your day easier by crushing the last 3 minutes. Here we go. Good, good, good. Because you know what? It gets easier to work a lot harder later in your day if you work hard with your workout. It puts you in a better mental space. It clears the mind, and it gets you that confidence that you can crush the rest of your day today. Good, Heather, good. Heather's finding that second win now. I can see it in the face. She's cruising now. She's cruising. Good. 2.5 minutes. 2.5, and you are just about out of here after we foam roll. Good. Already into those bent over rows again. There it is. There it is. Again, if you want the challenge on the bent over rows, just that quick little pause at the top before you lower. If you want the challenge in the jump ropes, I don't know, jump higher. Jump rope faster. Do more reps. I don't know. There's a lot of different ways that we can challenge yourself on that one. Good, good, good. There we go. Now, 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes. What do we got in that tank? We're trying to empty that tank. And then we'll start the recovery process as we foam roll. We'll start filling that tank back up so you can empty it again in your next workout. Boom. Heather's probably into the last time hitting these half get-ups now, so we got to make these the best reps of the day. That's your goal for the next about minute and a half, just over that. There we go. Be intentional with every rep. Your goal is to get better at this rep, to get better at this exercise, this movement, and also to get closer to your goals at the same time. It's like a double-edged sword. You get two kind of benefits with one. Good, good, good. We are approaching the last minute of work today, approaching it. We're not quite there yet, but think what you can do different in that last minute to really make this workout your own today, to put the icing on the cake, to put the hay in the barn, as some say. But here we go. You got just over a minute. Let's do this, team. Let's do this. Knocking out those overhead reverse lunges. I bet you're ready to be done with these. Overhead reverse lunges, they're great. They're awesome. But they're kind of like rear foot elevated squats or split squats or anything like that. They're just hard. They take a lot of work. They take a lot of effort to do, to focus on. It's a lot of things to think about while you're also working out. But those are usually the best exercises, the compound exercises that challenge us in multiple planes of motion and multiple different muscle groups. So here we go, team. 30 seconds to go. 30 seconds and you are done with this one. Let's finish off your last few reps. Let's go after it and let's work hard here. 30 seconds. Good, good, good. All right, team, last 15 seconds now. You got a couple reps in you to finish off our work today, our 20-minute circuit, almost done. Here we go. Best reps of the day in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. There it is, 20 minutes down. Grab a drink of water, take a quick little break. We'll foam roll you out and get you guys out of here to start crushing the rest of your day. So again, hopefully you emptied the tank on that one. That means we get to start filling it back up right now. We're going to start out with the glutes on this one. So we're going to take a seat on the foam roller. What we're going to do, I'm going to take my right foot and put it on top of my left leg here, and I'm going to roll out my right glute. So the side that you have that foot up, that is the glute that you want to roll out. Use that backhand for a little stability, and then get from the top of the glute all the way to the bottom to get that full muscle of the glute. There we go, there we go. All right, so way to get through that one today. That one is a tough one for 20 minutes to knock out 6 exercises with that building up rep count. Let's switch sides. It's tough, but you guys did it today. Knocked it out, made it your own, got a little closer to the goals. Did what you needed to do today. Got that intentional movement, which is awesome. There we go. All right. Next one, we're going to hit the back from those bent over rows and the planks. We get a little bit of a lot of back work today. So what I need you to do, sit right in front of that foam roller. We're going to give ourselves a big old hug. We're going to roll all the way up and down the back here, go about 2 inches down, 1 inch up, and work your way all the way up until you get up into the shoulders with that hug. When you get up to the shoulders, you can stop hugging yourself and then work your way back down and hitting any tight spots that you have in there. Good, good, good. Now, what we're going to do here, I'm not going to give you any other foam rolling exercises. I want you to just feel out your body a little bit. You probably have some tight spots. You probably have some spots that you're feeling just a little different than the rest of your body. What I want you to do for the next couple minutes is to go ahead and hit those spots with the foam roller. So make it your own. This is like me giving you a personal assignment to foam roll some of your tight spots, but we're not going to do it with you. We're going to let you do it on yourself just because everyone's going to be a little bit different after this workout. So hit some of those tight spots, and we thank you all for coming out with us today. Again, my name is Coach Christian. We also have Coach Heather with us today, and we thank you so much for coming out to join us. Whether it was the best or worst 30 minutes of your day, either way, you got it done, and that's what matters. So thank you guys, and we will see you next time.